Hey everybody, I hope you all are doing well and welcome back to Michael's Matters. As it is the end of the first month of the year, things are going all right so far, right? It means it is time for us to do our customary monthly Social Security payout dates calendar for the month of February. That is going to be for next month. So this will be applicable for folks who receive Social Security benefits, and that can be Social Security Retirement, which is the majority of folks on Social Security, but also Social Security Disability, SSDI, or Supplemental Security Income, SSI, as well as spousal or survivors benefits, and really all the different iterations of Social Security. And additionally, we're going to talk about why at this point so far, again, 1 month into the year of 2024 might actually be a winning year for many seniors across the country. Now, before we get to the video, if you like these videos, if you find them interesting, if you find them helpful, or hey, if you at least find them useful, please don't forget to like and subscribe because it really does help the channel to grow, and we are so thankful for that. Thank you. But also because you can get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. All right, now let's get down to the video. All right, so let's get started with the payout dates for the month of February 2024. And we are going to start out with folks who get paid out first in the Social Security system in the month, which is anyone who's receiving benefits from Supplemental Security Income, or SSI. These folks will get their benefits sent out starting on February the 1st. Of course, as per usual, keep in mind, these are the dates that money is getting sent out and not necessarily the date that'll be usable in your bank account, because sometimes there are some delays like having to clear the bank, and moreover, if you are old school and you get your checks sent out to you on paper, it can even add a couple more days before you get your check and before you cash it, before it has to go through the bank process. So that is the first one, though. That is for anyone on SSI. Now, next up, let's talk about the dates for those who are literally and figuratively being grandfathered in many cases, which is for anyone who has been on Social Security benefits that started prior to 1997, which also means that the earliest age that someone could have possibly got it is at 89 years old. Please tell me your secrets for longevity. Or this could also be for someone who has both Supplemental Security Income, SSI, in addition to Social Security benefits. For these folks, the Social Security portion of the benefits will be paid out on Friday, February the 2nd, and of course, allow for all the usual time frames. Last up is where a situation starts to get a little bit tricky, because these are for everybody else who's on Social Security, who presumably started getting Social Security benefits after 1997 and are getting Social Security Retirement, survival, and spousal benefits, etc. And the way that they schedule these benefits is according to when somebody was born within their birth month. So for example, the first batch of these Social Security benefit payments will get sent out on Wednesday, February the 14th, and they'll be sent out for those folks who were born within the first 10 days of their birth month. And that is regardless of what month they happen to be born in. It's just as long as they were born in the first 10 days, so day 1 through 10. Next up is for those folks who were born in the next 10 days, so that is days 11 through the 20th, and they will get their benefits sent out on Wednesday, February the 21st. And then lastly is for those folks who were born between the 21st and the 31st of their birth month, and those Social Security benefits will get paid out on Wednesday, the 28th. So there you have it. I'll leave up the full calendar here just so you all can take a look, a last glance at it, and it is going to be the first regular month of payments for 2024, because in January, recall, SSI benefits actually didn't get paid out in January. They got paid out the month before. So this is the first one where everything is going to be together like normal. Now let's move on to a couple of reasons why this year, 2024, could end up being a pretty good year for seniors and American retirees. Now, I know it is easy to be sort of glum about the state of the country, and it's weird that we are both super optimistic and pessimistic at the same time. Every year there is an election, and I guess this is the nature of democracy, right? Half the people are going to be happy and the other half are not. But the first reason that 2024 has a good potential to be a great year for seniors and retirees in America is because of the fact that there are, in fact, elections. This is the one time every 4 years that we have to actually affect the change in our community. And it matters. I mean, for a couple years running now, there has been legislation that has been put through Congress and has failed thus far that could really mean additional resources for seniors, like the Senior Security Act of 2023, or the Social Security Fairness Act, or the Social Security 2100 Act. All these bills had come through on 2023 and failed, but will likely come back through on 2024. And it is these politicians and representatives that we are voting for, and maybe a president who may or may not veto them. So it is possible this year to make those choices. And realistically, whoever ends up winning, I mean, they're going to have a strong incentive to actually do something about the financial deficits that have plagued our Social Security program, and maybe even possibly, fingers crossed, fix some of the ways it has been updated yearly through a COLA so that adjustments actually do help seniors make ends meet, rather than just undercutting them like it has done for the last, decade or so. Next up, at least with regards to something like the COLA, there are already good signs that the increase in the cost of everything is slowing down, if not even reversing this year. This is great news because it is an indicator that things like inflation may be slowing or, again, even reversing their speed. And ultimately, that means that seniors' Social Security benefits will actually, again, gain in purchasing power. The reason for this is because of the fact that the COLA benefits increased by 3.2% based off inflation that was happening in 2023, at the end of 2023. But even though inflation may be dropping now, or at least leveling out at 3%, those COLA benefits for Social Security, they don't go back down. It will stay at that 3.2%, even if, for example, inflation goes to 3% or even down to 2.8%. Secondarily, by the end of 2024, if inflation does stay low and potentially means a $0 COLA increase for the coming year, that is still really better than the alternative. We won't get too much into this video, but you can check out my COLA video for more details monthly of the overviews about how the COLA works. But essentially, the way that the COLA is calculated, it is flawed. And because of those flaws, it doesn't accurately price in the real costs that seniors have, so that even in years like 2022, where it went up by 8.7%, the largest in, basically 40 years, it probably should have gone up more. But the costs weren't calculated correctly and are not calculated correctly. And so that means that it's still less than what it should have been. But inversely, when inflation goes down, those problems within the formula actually get smaller and smaller, and ultimately means less of a shortfall in benefits that seniors get, even if the COLA is at a $0 increase. So the long and short of that is that it is better to have the alternative of a low inflation and a no in COLA than a high inflation and a high COLA because of those inefficiencies. So I think that inflation going down ultimately is going to be good. Overall, looking at the way things are going for seniors and older Americans and retirees in the country, they're going to have a bit of an uptick, at least in my opinion, in 2024. Not only will politicians start listening and start promising more, specifically to older Americans, because let's face it, they need those votes, but those outcomes could have better results in the actual lawmaking process for seniors and for future seniors like myself, which no one disagrees are actually needed. Furthermore, with inflation stabilizing or going down, and likely going to go down even more, even if it's just temporary because of elections, it means that the 2024 will mean a less, if not slightly less, financial stress put on seniors' budgets. For sure, again, I will admit this is an optimistic view. Face it, I'm an optimist, and there's not much anyone can do about it. So, all right, so that's it for today's Michael's Matters, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, if you found it interesting, if you found it helpful, or hey, if you at least found it useful, please don't forget to like and subscribe because it really does help the channel grow, and we are so thankful for that. Thank you. But also because it means you get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. So for Michael's Matters, I'm Michael, hoping that you take care of yourselves, take care of others, and have a happy, healthy day.